Aflatoun is a fireball from outer space. It inspires children to explore and engage with the world around them by means of activities, stories, and games. On Earth, Aflatoun started in Mumbai, India, where in 1991, as an action research project by Jaru Bilamoria working at the Tata School of Social Studies, began working with schools to bring rich and poor children together to learn about each other's lives. The name derives from India, where children named it after a fun-loving, good-hearted, and slightly mischievous Bollywood movie character. Aflatoun is also the Arabic name for Plato, the Greek philosopher who promoted an idealistic notion of citizenship. Both seemed a fitting influence, so the name stuck. Aflatoun's global era began in 2005 when Aflatoun incorporated in Amsterdam. Jaru, now a globally recognized social entrepreneur, used her Skull Foundation Award to bring social and financial education to the world. To test whether the program would work outside India, organizations in 10 countries launched the program. Once the Aflatoun program model was developed, a campaign for social and financial education was launched in March 2008 by Princess Maxima of the Netherlands. The campaign's ambitious goals were to reach 1 million children in 75 countries within 3 years, and these targets were exceeded. Aflatoun clubs currently exist in over 100 countries throughout the world. The goals of helping children realize their potential and improve their world are what brought Aflatoun into existence. As a network of partner organizations with a shared mission, Aflatoun's goals are ambitious and now aim to expand their program to improve the lives of as many children as possible. This will be done through partnerships. Until recently, no Aflatoun clubs existed in the United States. Until now. In January 2014, partnering with Children International and Arkansas 4-H After School, along with the help of AmeriCorps Vista, the first Aflatoun club in the United States was launched at Wilson Elementary in Little Rock, Arkansas. As Arkansas-based educational organizations, Children International and Arkansas 4-H After School consider it an honor, a privilege, and a matter of pride to present the first Aflatoun club in the United States.
First of all, because of what Aflatoun stands for, it fits right in with what we do here in the United States. We run summer camps and after-school programs, and we focus on social and financial enterprise and entrepreneurship, and it's just a perfect fit. We said, wow, we are doing it already in Children International in other countries. So this was an opportunity for us to bring it here to the United States and make it a part of what we do in after school, with our youth program, as well as with our summer.
I think Aflatoun has been really cool so far with our kids because they get to think about the concept of saving and money in a really fresh and creative way.
Well, Aflatoun actually prepares them for life. But not only that, it gives them the ability to give back to youth and the people in the community just like them, teaching them how to be self-sufficient, but also teaching them to give to their friends and family the skills that they're learning, they're contributing back to their community.
With Aflatoun, the kids really get to work together to learn about the concept of saving and to make their community a better place. So our kids have really enjoyed just getting to know each other through the curriculum, and since it's project-based, it's definitely been a plus for our kids.
The idea about children's self-awareness and rights and responsibilities was something that really piqued my interest. So to me, that's where Aflatoun is, so influential for these kids today, is because not only is it teaching them about money and financial savings and stuff, but it also teaches them about, self-awareness, their rights, what it takes to be a good citizen. There's a whole host of categories that we can apply to the Aflatoun curriculum here in the U.S.
One really exciting thing that has happened in one of our Aflatoun clubs is that our group got to speak with a group in Ecuador, and so we have new friends. We have this, what we call a sister chapter in Ecuador, who's also doing Aflatoun, and it's been just really cool for our kids to be part of a global movement. We have all these tiny little groups tucked away in these villages and towns all over the world, and our kids got to do a Skype call with other kids. And the global focus has been really empowering for our kids. Okay, who wants to be our first translator?
Y soy una de las advisoras para nuestro club Aflatoun. Y la mayoría de nuestros estudiantes no hablan español, pero algunos sí hablan. Me llamo Celeste y soy la advisora de Aflatoun, de nuestro club Aflatoun. Y somos la única club Aflatoun en los Estados Unidos. Y estamos en el estado de Arkansas.
Hola, mi nombre es Jerry. ¿Qué comida tú comes? No Reyes.
What's your name?
Marquise.
Everybody listen to Carlos real quick.
They said that they are they like Aflatoun for because they play and they made they saved the bank account.
Okay.
All of our kids have what's called an Afla passport, and it looks like a real passport. They have their photographs, their headshots, and then a description of their culture, their likes, dislikes, and
We begin every meeting with the AFLA passport, and each week Celeste Thornton gives a little lesson about a different country where there's an Aflatoun club and what they're doing in that country. And then the kids all get we have these custom stickers with the flags on them, and they all get a flag to put in their passport.
We have one, Jow, and Fen. 3 different types. And it takes 10 Fen equal 1 Jow, and 10 Jow equal 1 Yuan. So real quick pop quiz. Real quick pop quiz. How many Fen does it take to make a Yuan? So how many Fen does it take to make a Yuan? 100, right.
One of the things we did that might be a little different here is we instituted an Aflatoun pledge at the beginning of every meeting, and that was something I took from my 4-H training. At every 4-H club they always say a pledge at the beginning of the club meeting, and I thought, this would be a really good way for the kids to have some input about establishing some rules. And so what we did was we created a pledge that was kind of a fill in the blank, and we had the kids fill in those blanks. So every session we have the Aflatoun pledge, and we do what we call the silly salute, where kids get to choose and pick, whatever kid's leading the pledge gets to pick how they're going to salute. So sometimes they stand on one leg, sometimes they make bunny ears. Last week they were snapping their fingers like beat poets. And so they get to have a lot of fun with it that way. And it also gives us a chance to sort of reaffirm the rules of order for the meeting. That one of the things they came up with in the pledge was that they were going to respect their elders. So, as the facilitators of Aflatoun, it gives us that opportunity to say, hey, remember your pledge.
I place my heart in mine. To behave in school, to respect my teachers. To be nice to my friends and help others. To obey my parents or guardians. To love my elders. I want to be myself because I am me.
They have a few ideas where most of our kids are already involved in community service, which was a big plus of the Aflatoun program. It highlights on those social enterprises, but they are working on financial enterprises that tie into the social. So a few of our kids had ideas to do businesses, like cooking businesses that would also feed the community. Others had ideas to make products and sell them and donate the proceeds to charity. One of the products that was mentioned was actually a locker organizer for students here in the United States who need to be more organized and learn social skills or study skills to be organized. So they are working on designing a locker organizer that can be transported home.
Our Wilson kids are working on a plant garden business where by working together they are raising money that they will choose to spend on purchasing a variety of seeds and vegetable plants, which they will distribute to residents in our neighborhood who would like to start gardens for the first time in their homes.
We're breaking them up into committees at the moment, and and each committee is going to be responsible for either sales and marketing, design work, or actual implementation of these garden kits that we're putting together. One of the things these kids got to learn about in the last few weeks is the concept of food deserts. And one of the reasons we wanted to get that across to them was because the service project they're doing is actually making garden kits to take to people who live in food deserts so they can grow fresh, healthy food. And we really wanted them to understand, not just, we're doing this as a charitable act or, a service project, but why we were doing it, and to understand that, there are people in the city of Little Rock who don't have access to healthy foods. And it's not only taught them about, what it is they're doing for these people, but it's also taught a lot of these kids about things that they are actually dealing with themselves. Most of our kids actually live in a food desert.
I'm just real glad that we're mixing right now, that we are in tune with Aflatoun. I like that, in tune with Aflatoun. And that this is our opportunity to make the social, financial program work for us. I'm just grateful for the trainers that came and did the 5-day training with us. It really helped us prepare for this journey with Aflatoun.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank Deandra Rose. Dr. Rose is our programs coordinator here at Children International, but also all of our volunteer staff and our work study interns. They come in and help the students and do research on their projects, and they put in a lot of time with our students here at Children International.
Probably one of the best aha moments that I've seen with Aflatoun and the club meeting was a few weeks ago. We were talking about India, and Celeste gave them a statistic that only like 1 out of every 3 kids in India gets to go to school, and this one girl just shot her mouth off right then and there, and she was just like, that ain't right. And it was one of those things that, normally we have to get onto this particular individual because she's always speaking out, but it was like the first time that, she was actually speaking out for something that was wrong in the world. And I think for the first time I saw her kind of getting the concept of, why school is important, and we talked to her a little bit. She voiced her opinion about, what she thought was wrong with that, and that was just one of those great moments when we said, okay, this program's actually working. We're actually reaching these kids.
We need to give a special thanks to our lead facilitators at Wilson Aflatoun, and that's Marquita Wilson, Celeste Thornton, and Tanisha Johnson, and Alexis Williams.
And really wanted to get involved because it's helped us to solidify a partnership with another group that does a lot of children's after-school programming, but it's also given a chance for us to bring something new into this country that's never been here before, which is Aflatoun.
I know that we wouldn't be able to have the clubs that we do this year if it were not for the support of the 4-H and AmeriCorps Vistas that have been working with us. They have been giving us support in terms of implementing the curriculum and pulling in all the different resources and just structuring their curricula to our specific local needs.
On Aflatoun Day, March 17, 2014, on behalf of Children International and Arkansas 4-H After School, we would like to thank the world for giving us the opportunity to sponsor the first Aflatoun Club in the United States. It is our pleasure to bring this program to the children of Little Rock, Arkansas, and it is our sincere wish to see this program spread throughout the entire United States. And we would especially like to thank Jeru Villamoria for beginning a journey that the United States is now a part of. Thank you.
We want to thank Jeru.
Thank you, Drew.
For organizing this and developing this wonderful program. We love Aflatoun here in the United States.
I'd really like to thank Jeru, who started this program. She started something that I've seen grow throughout the world and has now for the first time reached the U.S. And so it's really an honor to get to work in something that she started, and I think, on Aflatoun Day we really want to give her a special thanks because, without Jeru, this organization wouldn't exist.
Thank you, Jeru, for all you've done. Aflatoun is a wonderful program, and because of you, the students here at Children International have an opportunity to experience it.